Tonight, a follow-up story for you. Thanks to the generosity of a local church, a veteran who died 6 weeks ago in Detroit, Michigan, has been laid to rest right here in Knoxville.
Yes, the graveside service happened a few days ago, but for weeks, the daughter of Curly Slay wasn't sure when or where her father would be buried.
Yeah, it's awful. Tonight, WATE 6 on your side consumer reporter Don Dare explains the situation. Turned out to be a classic paperwork snafu that occurred more than 50 years ago.
That's exactly right, Summer. The mix-up was learned just hours before Mr. Slay was buried. But the burial would have been delayed further had it not been for the unselfish benevolence of a Knoxville church that wants to remain anonymous. Their gift to the family ended weeks of anxiety.
And I thank God for Brother Curly being in my life.
Army veteran Curly Slay is at rest and at home in Knoxville. His friends and family attended the graveside funeral at New Grace Cemetery.
He went where he was asked to go, did what he was asked to do without any assurance whatsoever.
Mike Inman of the Volunteer State Veterans Honor Guard said the country owed Mr. Slay a debt of gratitude for his service. Karen Welsh told us last week her father died at the end of August at his home in Detroit. There had been a brief service in Michigan paid by her dad's insurance policy, but she wanted him home, where he was born and raised and had joined the Army right out of high school.
My dad was great. He was wonderful. I'm a daddy's girl.
A week ago, we reported how Mrs. Welsh was despondent. Her father's remains were in Cleveland, Tennessee with Patton Funeral Home, but the burial was delayed.
The only thing that is holding us up with this burial is VA is saying that they can't find records of my father being in the Army.
She had a copy of her father's discharge from the service when he was known as Curtis Slay. Missing, however, was a DD Form 214, an official separation document for military service.
Which this is his birth certificate to show that he was originally born as Curly.
The VA's second problem, Mr. Slay's name on some paperwork didn't match. Because the state couldn't verify his status, Curly was ineligible to be buried at the East Tennessee Veterans Cemetery, where there would be no cost. It took weeks for the family to raise money for burial at New Grace Cemetery off Western Avenue in Knoxville. However, Mrs. Welsh needed $600 to open and close the grave. When a local church learned of her dilemma, the money was donated, paid in full, and arrangements were made for New Grace Cemetery.
Ready, aim,
The former Army private was presented full military honors. His brother and daughter were grateful.
He deserved to have a decent burial, and that's what they did. And I appreciate it. And I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this much, but I really appreciate it. I was just overjoyed.
My daddy was buried the way he was supposed to be buried, with honors. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
An hour before the service, the funeral director learned new information about the mix-up with Curly Slay's records.
When he was discharged from the military, probably the discharge clerk gave him the wrong paperwork. Probably that's what happened, but Kevin Knowles, the executive director, and Ashley up at the Veterans Cemetery, they were very helpful, and they're going to help us so that we can get a headstone. I'm going to pay for the piece of granite, so it ended well.
How true. It did end well, even though it was a very sad occasion. Mrs. Welsh is so grateful to that church and the donation it made so that her father could be buried. And Curly's brother, Charles, was equally thankful to the Volunteer State Veterans Honor Guard for providing their dignified military funeral honors. Lori?
We're thankful for your part in this, Don, as well. If you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddare@wate.com or call his 6 on your side hotline. The number is 865-633-5974.